And our democracy campaign is speaking out against constitutional issues, including corruption, accountability, and the rule of law. The group will do this by forming a human chain, albeit with social distancing. This comes after Human Rights Day was commemorated in the country yesterday. That's the 21st of March, of course. Well, for more on what's happening today, we're joined now this lunchtime by eNCA reporter and fellow anchor Masigo Rahlaga, who finds herself in Constitution Hill in Braamfontein in Johannesburg. Masigo, good afternoon. Can you tell us what's going to be happening today at the Constitutional Hill?
Well, Bradan, just for a bit of context, you might remember that there was a campaign, a program called Save Our Democracy that was launched during the course of the week. A part of the organizations that joined in on this was the Ahmed Kathrada Foundation, and this was in reaction to what happened with the former President Jacob Zuma refusing to go finish off his testimony at the Zondo Commission of Inquiry. This after the Constitutional Court, where we are right now, actually told him that he needed to go and testify at the commission. But I just want my colleague Mukhumutsi Situki to just show you the significance is that they are doing it in front of the flame of democracy. This is obviously very significant. It was launched on the 10th of December 2011. During that time, it was the 15th anniversary of the signing of the South African Constitution. Of course, now it's more than that. So of course, this is a very significant point that they chose here, Bradan, to do it in front of this flame. It actually is on all the time. It never comes off, and this is what they basically want to do. They want to defend our democracy. Let me bring in the CEO of the Ahmed Kathrada Foundation, Mr. Nishan Bolton. Thank you very much, sir, for your time. Just take us through how the Ahmed Kathrada Foundation, your reaction to the former president basically refusing to listen to an order by the highest court in the land.
We certainly think that that is wrong on his behalf. And secondly, all those who have issues to account for with regards to the work of the Zondo Commission must in fact do so. The former president more than anybody else, because he signed the legal instructions to establish the commission. He was out there publicly asking everybody to work with the commission and to respect its work. And I think it's incumbent on him to fulfill that obligation which he called on others to do and appear before the commission. If he fails to do that, then I think the commission, as it has requested the ConCourt to consider the appropriate punishment, because this is not just about the former president, but it's about issues of accountability that I think everybody who have issues to account for need to do so and not evade that kind of accountability that is required by this constitution and by the laws of this country.
Mr. Bolton, there's also the question about what exactly we are doing here today. What's in the program? I know that according to the advisory that you sent to the media, there'd be social distancing. So how many people are you expecting, and what exactly are we going to do outside the ConCourt today?
So today is a gathering of people. Remember, a few days ago, over 300 South Africans from all sectors of life gathered virtually to deliberate on a memorandum, a statement of intent that laid out all of the work that is required in terms of defending our democracy in this country. That was followed by a press briefing. Today is one of the first of many activations in support of this campaign. And we chose it partly because it is Human Rights Weekend, but partly also because it is in this court that on the 25th, the case will in fact start against the former president. So we are gathered here to symbolically reaffirm our commitment to the Constitution, to this democracy, and people will gather here to line up with the posters that you see behind me, symbolically as a chain of defense of our democracy, and then there will be a number of prominent South Africans who will address the audience who are here. We expect about 100 people or so. Thus far we have 150 confirmations, but the space is very big, so we would be able to adhere to all of the COVID requirements. Amongst the people who are here today would be Popo Molefe, Solly Mapiela, Majonke Gumbi, Murphy Morobe, Nicole Fritz, and a whole range of others from faith, labor, and different sectors. This is part of building a broad-based campaign, because democracy and the defense of this democracy cuts across ideological lines, cuts across racial lines, cuts across class lines, because this democracy, if it withers away, I think will make the lives of the poor and the vulnerable in this country even more difficult than in what it is today.
Thank you very much, Mr. Bolton, for your time. Of course, Bradan, as you can see, my colleague Mukhumuti can also show you, here are the boards that Mr. Bolton was talking about, the Defend Our Democracy boards. And of course, we'll come back on eNCA. Of course, we'll be covering this throughout the day until they're done with the program, Bradan.
Thank you very much, Masiho Rahlaga there at Constitution Hill in Braamfontein, ahead of that demonstration by the Defend Our Democracy movement. Now,